have the ureter that collects the urine and take it to the bladder.
Okay.
What that means is that on her right side, in the last ultrasound we got to get the spinal cord, let's circle back to the more immediate things. So I would summarize everything we said. The right collecting system is the only thing that, if any of that sound that we went through just now, something that was other than what y'all were kind of expecting?
Not
No.
really, no.
Okay. Let's come back here to the heart, which she's got right here, and be able to handle that just fine. The wild card, and what my crystal ball won't tell me here, I don't have much of a crystal ball anyway, is if the recirculation in her lungs gets bigger, and her lung, understood they talked to you about their attempt to intubate her over at the U? Y'all heard about that?
I don't remember exactly.
Well, they did try, and they put a device in her mouth called a laryngoscope, which allows us to see the vocal cords, to place a tube that goes to her lungs. Is her jaw, and I can't tell whether it's her jaw is kind of like that right foot there. The joint is there, but it's kind of frozen, or she might be very difficult. So they couldn't, yesterday, when they placed the tried to place the laryngoscope, they couldn't pass it in far enough to open up her throat so that they could see where they needed to go.
Okay.
Now,
Is there, I'm not trying to be rude, is there a ton more of this? Because I haven't even seen my baby for 1 second today without people talking the whole time.
I'm very sorry. This is very important, and this is very much coming down to what happens next.
Can you talk just a little faster, please?
I'm sorry.
I'm listening.
I was raised in the South, and I cannot talk like. I'm not sure we'll be able to intubate her.
Okay.
Now, what I need to talk to you about is what do we do next?
What I do next is just, I've only held this kid one time. What I need next is just like 1 minute with her to pray before people are throwing things at me.
And I'm trying to talk to you about this in advance so that we don't have to have something that'll really feel like it's being thrown at you.
Okay. All right.
My hope is we're going to have a conversation right here. We'll have a plan, and it's going to be a plan we don't even have to use.
Okay.
But if we do have to use it, it'll happen real fast.
Right.
And that's why I'd like for us
Yeah,
to talk
if you
about
can't intubate her, I don't.
A lot of help.
Uh-huh.
We understand some of that's going to be pretty invasive. The stuff they told us from the beginning is pretty invasive.
Right.
So, I think that you guys are doing great as far as trying to do the least invasive thing that keeps her in a good spot and moving forward.
Yeah.
But we are 100% okay with whatever it takes, to whatever she needs.
Yeah.
If she needs.
But that's what I heard from the U, from the folks over at the U. But the next step up takes it to a step that any step would be a tracheostomy.
Okay.
And that would commit her to being on a ventilator, at least for a year. Okay? And that's huge. It doesn't matter what else is going on. And there's not a guarantee when we go to do that you can get it, you can actually get one in because she's so small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of thing that the ENTs, if we call them, are going to come and tell you. So,
Okay.
Do you want us, if we can't get it with a fiber optic scope or a direct laryngoscope? And I know that's a ton to hear, and I wish that the situation was such that we never had to have this conversation.
Okay. So I just need the information, and then we can talk with a couple people and decide. Yeah.
So that's the end of the information.
Okay.
Preliminary information. The ENT docs, if we have to call them, may have some more.
Okay.
But what questions do you have based on that preliminary information? Y'all have thought about this a lot, I can tell.
Yeah. I don't think I have any questions at this
Okay.
point.
I'm sure we will, but not right this second. Thank you very much.
Okay. But I do want to be sure that that I've communicated to you that if we have to escalate that, it could be pretty quick.
Okay.
Because
And this would all be starting tomorrow?
this could be tonight.
Oh, because of her breathing.
Yeah.
Okay.
If things happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your, I know that it's not, you don't have a crystal ball. What is your guess about the different escalations that would likely happen?
Yeah. So she's at the moment responding to what we've done so far. But if I take what I heard from the you and look over the short period of the hours of her life, so far what I've seen is she's taking steps, we're going up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not yet that we've done any of this, ups and downs, and so I would expect that there will be ups and downs over the course. Every baby has that in their ICU stay,
Mm-hmm.
but I haven't seen that with her yet, so I don't know
Right.
where we're going. If we escalate, I think that would be over hours,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know that. I don't know
Okay.
that. And taking care, again, we don't know for sure.
As far as I
Back to
understand,
your great question.
we just want to give her a chance and fight hard.
Uh-huh.
So,
We're right there in that right now. And what I'm not asking for a decision one way or the other, but if I were standing where you were and the doc saw that, ooh, this tough decision could be coming, I'd rather have little bit
if
of
they only
time.
have a minute to decide if they're gonna give her a trach, we'd probably go for it. That's
Yeah.
what my gut is telling me.
Mine too.
But
Yeah, I know, I totally get it if it was in a minute, but if we have a couple of hours, we might even run into this at all. For y'all to think about that, I just know that is that notion of being connected to a machine long term strikes different families very differently.
okay.
It doesn't have anything to do with, how much they love the baby or anything like that. It's just people have really strong feelings about
I don't care about other people's feelings about it. I just care about what we want to
And
do.
that's what I'm here to tell you. And to hear from you. Is I can't obviously guess where in that spectrum.
Yeah, you're just
y'all
wanting to know where we're at. Yes.
Yeah.
Probably just fight and fight hard. If she's going to need a trach, she's going to need a trach.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I'm sure I was just not clear. Like, trying to say this. Okay. If my baby dies, I would have liked to have had 2 minutes today.
Yeah. In a perfect world.
I mean, like, I haven't been in here once today without somebody just talking the entire time. And if she dies, could I just have had 1 minute with her by myself? Where you guys aren't just talking. I tried to say it nicely earlier. I don't know what I'm trying. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
We've got the information.
Okay.
I think you
I
know where we're
understand. I understand.
So I just don't know the urgency of like how much time I have with her. And so I'm trying to be clear.
The urgency
Okay.
is so that we're clear and we
Did I
understand.
literally just make him repeat himself
No,
instead of...
No.
Oh my
We
gosh.
understand.
I understand. Thank
explained
you.
it well.
I
don't need to dig
appreciate your heart. I really, really do. Thank you so much.
Because we have to know.
Do you know? Have I been
Yeah.
unclear? Is there anything I've said
We
that...
don't need to know why.
Are you clear that we want you to do the trach if you need to?
I've got that.
Okay, thank you so much.
We're clear with that. And I'm going to tell you that other people will, if we have to do that, we'll have to ask you the same thing.
I'm not against being asked. I'm saying I haven't had a minute with my baby today, and I don't even think I got a minute with the baby yesterday without someone talking the entire time.
I'm sorry.
All right? I'm trying to get just 1 minute with my child, just 1 minute, without someone talking. That's all I'm asking for.
You've had that. You'll have many more,
Okay.
I hope.
I have had that? When did I have that?
Well, you were in here for a minute while
Okay,
I was
please,
standing.
Please
okay.
don't argue.
Let's
Please.
not,
Oh my
let's
God.
Let's not do that.
Do you see what's happening right